Here now, this church is from the 4th century. The founder, we have his body here, that we showed, was born 320 and died 470. Inside, we have the altar. This cartoon, you have the story of the founder. He received Jesus as a visitor, as a guest, and he washed his feet, which was something normal those days, which was popular. He washed his feet and he realized that he was Jesus Christ. And Jesus blessed him and promised him that his body will stay uncorrupted and we still have the body in the shrine. Behind the curtain, we have a very beautiful door from the 6th century, very beautiful carving. And inside we have the altar. Here you see some frescoes. In the upper row, like any Orthodox church, we have usually Jesus Christ in this place. And usually to the right hand of Jesus we have Virgin Mary. Saint Anthony was considered to be the father of monastic life. And Saint Anthony lived nearby from the Red Sea area. Saint Anthony was born in 251. He died 356. He lived 105 years during the time of Saint Athanasius the Great. And during the time of Nicene Council, the Council of Nicene. And he defended Christianity against Arianism. Saint Anthony was leading an ascetic life, and he was considered to be the father of the monks, but in the same time he was also caring about the church. In case of need, he left his ascetic life in the desert, his isolation, and they came and lived with the people and started to help Saint Athanasius in defending the Orthodox faith against Arianism. Thanks to him, thanks to God, and thanks to Saint Anthony in that advanced age. He left the desert and went to Alexandria in such advanced age, and by his teaching he could preserve the Orthodox teaching which we still have today. Today we still have the creed of Saint Athanasius or the creed of Nicene Council. All Christian churches still pray and still recite this creed. This creed was written by a committee from 3 persons. 2 of them were Egyptians, Copts. Athanasius was one of them, and the other one was the Patriarch of Alexandria. And the monks used to live outside in the desert. Each one was living in a small cell or in a hall, or a small group between 5 and 10 persons were living together in a place called the Hermitage, outside, or Manshubiyya in Coptic language, Manshubiyya. And they used to come to the church once every week to pray the liturgy. Otherwise, they were praying the psalms in their own rooms. In the 9th century, they were attacked by the Bedouins. So they built the walls in the 9th century, and with them they built many cells. These here are the still remaining cells from the 9th century. Each cell has 2 rooms, and each cell has also a window. We can put food and water for the monk in the window. He can stay inside in complete solitude and receive all his needs through the window. The walls are relatively thick, 1 meter in thickness. So this is the Great Mill. The monasteries were far away in the midst of the desert. There were no roads, no cars, transportation were only with caravans. They used to receive the provision twice yearly with caravans and store the grains and grind them in case of need. And this was the only method for grinding the grains. It was a criterion for accepting a person to be a monk to learn at first to read and write. And Saint Paco organized his monastery with many schools to teach the newcomers at first to learn and write, then to be accepted as monks. After learning to read and write, they could copy all the manuscripts. Each monk had almost the duty to transcribe an old manuscript. By this way, we could keep our heritage. This was a refectory. The monks used to sit on the floor, legs crossed, and eat from the table. During the meal, someone could read from the Bible. In that room, on its floor, we still have an opening. Through that opening, we could lower down food and water to the Bedouin outside the monastery without letting them in.